I call myself Scottish Caramel because I was born in Scotland. Ethnically, I am Bangladeshi. When I moved to the US, I was 18, and like for a little while I was okay. But after a little while I started getting homesick and I wanted the taste of home, and there was barely any Indian restaurants in Austin at that time. So I had to start like cooking by myself. I have 4 aunts. So I'd call them and ask, "Hey, I remember you made that. How did you make that? Give me some tips." So it was a lot of like trial and error and a lot of like instructions over the phone on how to do something. I code. I'm a front-end developer. And while I do that, I also do photography and I cook and I do a lot of other creative things. While cookbook is my ultimate dream, if I don't have an online presence, the cookbook will not sell. I definitely take time to work on recipes, but you know, it's not easy as one thinks it is. Like after working a 9 to 5, coming home, making dinner, there isn't a ton of time. I started gaining weight when I was 13 years old, and that was about the time like I was shamed a lot and kind of kept away from food. Like if I would try to get a second helping of something because I thought it was delicious, I'd be told, "Do you think you need that second helping?" Right? So because of the shame around food, I stayed away from food for a long time. Like I would eat, but I just felt like I'd be made fun of. There's a fat girl cooking. She just wants to like feed herself kind of thing. Somewhere along the way in my late 20s, early 30s is when, after a lot of therapy, I accepted who I was, who I am, and kind of got the attitude where I was just like, take me as I am or don't. This is a riff on like a shrimp cocktail, but Bengali style. I actually don't know what I would call this dish, but I guess kashondi shrimp would be it. Kashondi is a mustard, like a specific mustard paste that is made from like yellow mustard and black mustard seeds, and it's a particularly Bengali mustard paste. That with some coconut milk, shrimps, and for some crunch serrano, and some herbs on top.
When Amirah told me she was on Top Chef Amateurs, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go tell my mom. I go home, I tell my parents, and we sit down and we watch. We watch. And I'm sitting there like, I work for that lady. I know her. And I told everyone at school, this lady I know, she lives in my neighborhood. I basically know a celebrity. I've never tried her type of culture's food before, and like I get to learn about it. Like every time I come here, I learn something new about it. Her cooking's so good. it satisfies my stomach.
Winning Top Chef Amateurs was definitely like a successful moment in my life. The secret ingredient was chocolate, and I had to make 2 dishes in an hour. In my head, I was like, I need something that cooks fast, and these people are chefs. So like, I also need something that's also a little fancy. I mixed the cocoa powder with a garam masala mix, and we did cocoa garam masala lamb chops and a chocolate rice pudding. And I also did a white chocolate raita. All I knew was this might be my only chance to ever be on TV and ever talk about Bangladeshi foods. I'm just gonna do whatever I possibly can to make this delicious. Maybe I underestimated the judges, but I really didn't think they would understand my flavors. I did stick to my South Asian roots for both the dishes. So I think that was one of the main things that they appreciated. When I ended up winning, there was definitely a huge boost to my confidence that I can do this, I can do this, and there's just place for me in this culinary world, and I just have to make the space. If you're uncomfortable with my body or who I am, that's your problem, not mine. And I think that also kind of gave me the power to be like, hey guys, I've been hiding a secret. I love food. I love all these things about food. Something that brought me a lot of shame when I was a kid kind of is like my superpower now.